Hey guys, so I told you yesterday that I was not going to be here today, and I wanted to give you a little bit of instruction on what you're supposed to be doing today, besides following Mr. Boffman's directions since he's your sub today. So make sure that you are respectful to him and make sure you follow his directions. So we are building a model of DNA today. And periods 1 and 2, you guys started this. You got the papers that had the coloring sheet and the instructions. So there's two papers. Um, periods 5 and 6, you guys didn't get to that point yet, but you will get those papers today. One of the pages is all coloring. Okay. Um, Here's an example of what you're coloring, all of these little pieces, okay? And the directions for how to color and what colors to use are on this paper, all right? It's very specific. So make sure that you follow the directions on this paper on how to color the other sheet, all right? And so basically what you're coloring are nucleotides, all right? So we know that a nucleotide is a sugar, a phosphate, and then one of the nitrogenous bases, either cytosine, thymine, or thymine, adenine, and guanine. Okay, so make sure that you're coloring them according to the key on this paper, all right? Once you're done coloring, and it shouldn't take you very long. Mrs. Austin just sat here and did it, and it probably took me 5 minutes to color this, okay? This isn't art class. You don't have to make this a masterpiece. I want it to be neat, okay? You're not two, but I don't need you spending forever coloring. You've got to get this done, all right? So I did it in about 5 minutes. It can be done. Once you get them colored, um, you're going to be cutting out the pieces, okay? And if you remember from our video that we watched on Wednesday, and then some people watched it again on Thursday, um, it talked about how those nitrogenous bases match up together in a certain way. So, apple is in the tree, adenine goes with thymine, um, and then car goes in the garage. Cytosine matches up with guanine. Well, you're going to put that together with these pieces. And if you can see how some of the pieces, see how this green piece looks like it's a puzzle piece that fits with this one. All right. That's how they're going to be matched up. It doesn't matter what order they go in, but notice that it used up a whole piece of construction paper. So you're going to get a piece of purple construction paper, and you're going to need to start at the very top because it will fill the whole page. Okay, that I used every piece. All right. So you're going to match them up, the base partners, which ones go with which. And then I want you to label. Okay. I made an example. I want you to label at least one guanine. Okay. I want you to label a phosphate, a, a deoxyribose sugar, which is the pentagon shape, label a thymine, an adenine, and a cytosine. Doesn't matter where on your paper you label them, as long as you're labeling them correctly and I can tell what you're talking about, okay? So if you look at mine, I drew lines to the part that I was labeling, okay? And then I do want you to label one section, okay? So we know that a nucleotide is a phosphate and a sugar and one of the bases together. So I circled one over here, that whole section, and I labeled it nucleotide. I want you to do that also, okay? So your paper should look similar to mine, okay? Um, Make sure that you put your name on it. Okay, notice right up here, I put name. You need to put your name on your paper. You're going to be turning in just the construction paper with your pieces on it and the labels. Okay. Um, Now, that's your class assignment. Of course, you have a bell ringer. It is not to write the objective today. Your bell ringer is a link in Canvas. It's a uh, Google form, and you probably have already done it because you're on to the video now, which is me. Um, but if you didn't do that first, make sure that you go back into Canvas and click on that Google form link to this week's bell ringer. Okay. Um, if you get all of this finished and you have it all colored and you get it all cut out and you get it all glued on and labeled, then you are to work on iReady. You are not playing games. You are not just sitting doing nothing. Okay. Um, I will leave instructions for Mr. Boffman that you need to be doing something productive. Now, if you would prefer to read, that's fine. So your options are reading, doing iReady. If you have homework you need to do for another class, that's okay too. But you are not just sitting and playing games on your computer and doing nothing. All right. Something productive. All right. So this turned in, make sure your name's on it. Um, Needs to be turned in by the end of class, glued on, and labeled. You should have plenty of time if you are not, wasting your time. Okay. Um, I think that's it. And I hope that you guys are really good for Mr. Boffman. He's a super nice guy, and I don't want to get any reports that he had trouble with you guys. I know that you can be respectful, and I know that you can follow directions. So please do so for him. Um, and I will see you on Monday when I get back. So I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you soon.